Hello world, my name is Kim Anderson and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm really glad that you found your way here and that we'll have a chance to practice yoga together. If you haven't already, then definitely subscribe to my channel. You'll want to do that. I'm going to have classes coming out each week, and that way you'll stay up to date on the latest and the greatest. Today's flow is going to be a slower paced, more gentle, softer flow. Here where I'm based in Tuscany, Italy, it's actually been a pretty dismal, gray, cloudy, rainy day. So contrary to popular belief that it is always gorgeous and sunny in Tuscany, while it often is, it's not always. So it kind of sets the perfect mood and backdrop for today's flow. This can be really good to make the transition from your day into the evening prior to going to bed. It can also be good at any point in the day just to kind of have a chance to get away from all the chaos. And often when we've had really full, busy days, we don't need to then do something that's strong and fast-paced. It's good to kind of balance things out by then having something a little bit softer. So with that in mind, we will get started. If you have a block or a pillow or a bolster, you can keep it near your mat. Actually, you might need it here in the beginning. We're going to get started with our legs bent and seating ourselves on our heels. And in this case, you can insert the block underneath so you can actually, it can help support you as you're seated here. You can even stack 2 blocks, or like I said before, just get a pillow and kind of wedge it in, and it'll perhaps elevate your pelvis a little bit and ease up on your legs. So if you decide to do that, then please do. And sitting back, let your back grow nice and tall, your spine lengthen, let your shoulders drop back, and palms open up, hands resting on your thighs, and allow your eyes to close. And we just want to take a few moments to come into our breathing and make this transition from whatever we're doing to being here fully present on our mats and in our body. So allow your breathing to begin to slow down. And feel that you're breathing with a lot more attention and a lot more focus. So really filling up the lungs with every inhale, and then completely emptying out the lungs with every exhale. But as you concentrate on this deeper, slower breathing in and out through your nose, try not to allow that to bring tension into your face. Keep your face soft. Your chin can slightly drop down toward your chest. And we're just trying to create a little bit of distance between this moment and everything else in the day. So all the other noise that's in our head can begin to slowly drop away, until the only thing that we can hear is our breathing. We actually hear our breath as it's traveling up and down in our throat. Just allow your attention to stay focused right here on your breathing. Try to feel your face without expression. And after your next exhale, with all of the air fully out of your lungs, begin to pull your belly button in as you inhale, slowly and deeply feeling the expansion of your chest. But allow your shoulders to stay relaxed and dropping back, lengthening your spine, inhaling a little bit more. And then out of your mouth, exhale everything out. And follow that exhale until it's completely out. And then closing your mouth and coming back into your gentle breathing in and out through your nose. And feel that wave of sensation as that exhale leaves you. Slowly begin to blink your eyes open. And then from here, bring your hands, interlace your fingers behind your head. Start to draw your elbows a little bit closer together and gently allow your upper back to round as you begin to gaze toward your belly button. Now you can feel as you release a little bit of the effort in your arms that the force of gravity is pulling them down, and that's going to pull your head down. So be very careful here. You don't want to yank your head. We just want a gentle stretch in the back of our neck going into our upper back. On your next inhale, pull your belly button in, roll yourself up, and open your elbows out to the side. Pushing your heart forward and lengthening your throat to look up. And then on an exhale, rounding again, bringing your elbows closer into each other and gazing at your belly button. Again with your breath, inhaling to open up your chest, look up to the sky, and now close that space between your shoulder blades. And then one more time, folding forward as you exhale. And then inhale, opening everything up. Now from here, open your arms out to the side. Then exhale, sweep your hands forward and pretend you have a ball in between your hands and you're trying to squeeze it, but you're looking toward your belly button. Inhale, push your heart forward, open your arms like a cactus. Try to close that area between your shoulder blades and lift your heart to the sky. Exhale, sweep your arms forward, trying to pop that ball and let your gaze drop. Inhale one more time, opening with arms out like a cactus. And then exhale, opening your upper back, trying to widen that space between your shoulder blades. Inhale, bring your hands up to the ceiling. And then exhale, come forward softly onto your hands. Spread your fingers wide and try to check that your wrists are aligned below your shoulders. Coming onto knees, pushing your toes down into the mat. Check in that your face is still completely soft. And then from here, step your right foot to the back of the mat, staying on your right toes, and gently push your hands forward, and you're going to feel how this shifts your body back, and your heel, your right heel, is going to gently move farther behind you, and you'll feel this lengthening really pronounced in your calf, your right calf. Breathe into it. And now from here, begin to bend your right leg, bring your knee forward in the direction of your right hand, and place your leg down directly behind your right hand. You can step onto your left toes and kind of scoot your left foot back. So we're aiming here to have your right butt cheek directly above your right heel. So your thigh is on top of your calf. And come onto fingertips to lift yourself up. Now you can go a little bit deeper by continuing to move your left foot back. But what we're going to aim to do here is to activate our legs. So you're dragging your right leg back It doesn't actually move, but you're activating it. So you're dragging it back and you're pushing into your left knee. You can lengthen out your left foot. You push into the top of your left foot as well. And it's as though you want to drag your whole left leg forward. And you're going to feel this in your left hip flexor. And the more activation you have, the more intensely you're going to feel this stretch. So go easy and gently, and you have complete control over how much you feel. If you have space and you want to try to lift your head up, looking forward and starting to pull your heart forward, then you can also work on that, lengthening your spine. Relax your jaw. And then release the activation. From here, step your left hand slightly forward, and we're going to roll onto the left side of your left leg. Lifting your right foot, it stays in front of you, and you want your right foot perpendicular to the side of your mat. Activate your left foot by pushing the left side of your left foot into the mat, and in feeling the activation of the entire left side of your left leg into the mat, your left ribs are gonna kind of hammock down toward the mat, and let your left shoulder come up by your left ear. And you can leave your right hand in front of you, and then gently start to pull your shoulder blades together to push your heart forward. You're gonna feel that lengthens your left side body a little bit more. Feel that contraction in your right side body. If you would like, you can also lift your right arm like a cactus and use this movement to help push your shoulder blades together and your heart forward. Just feel where you feel the stretch and activate different spots to see what happens. Keep a soft bend in your left elbow. And then gently bring your right hand back down. You can lengthen your right leg to the back of the mat, so right leg on top of left, and then walk your right hand forward so you roll onto your belly. Bring your hands back beside your ribs and lengthen out your feet at the back of the mat. Now activate into your feet by pushing them into the mat. Activate your pubic bone by pushing it into the mat. And start to magnetize your elbows toward each other while you activate your hands by dragging them backwards. Lift your shoulders, lift the crown of your head. And on an inhale, see how much you can lift your chest, pull your heart forward, pushing into your feet, and perhaps lift your hands off the mat. And perhaps not, just keep them down, that's fine. You'll feel a little bit of heat in your back. And then exhale to release down. Keeping your hands where they are, but pushing your toes into the mat. Inhale to come up onto hands and knees. And then exhale into tabletop here. Now we're going to switch sides, so stepping left foot to the back of the mat. Gently pushing hands forward and getting a nice deep stretch into our left calf. And then from here, we're going to gently begin to bend our left leg, move our left leg forward, shifting it behind our left hand, and then stepping our right foot farther toward the bottom of the mat. Come onto your fingertips. You've got your left butt cheek aligned on top of your left heel, the top of your foot pressing into the mat. And once you've kind of scooted your right foot back as far as you would like, because you can already start to feel this lengthening in your right hip flexor, then lengthen out your right foot. Begin to lift your upper back, widen the area between your shoulder blades as you drag your left leg back, pushing it against the mat, and then start to drag your right knee, your right leg forward. So you're moving your hip a little bit more forward. You're going to feel that that goes a bit more intensely into your right hip flexor. And again, you have complete control over how deep and intensely you want to feel this. If this ever creates discomfort on your knee, you can of course put a sock or a towel or something to provide a little bit of cushioning underneath your knee. A woolly sock maybe, not one of those thin sport socks. And then if you'd like and you have space, you can start to lift the crown of your head up and pull your heart forward and your shoulders back. So lengthening your spine as well, feeling nice and strong in your core. And then releasing everything. Just step your right hand a little bit forward and gently, gently, gently roll or flop onto your right leg, the outside. Right foot is flexed and pushing strongly against the ground. Keep a soft bend in your right hand, and then you can step your left foot forward, even helping it with your hand. So your left foot is perpendicular to the side of the mat, and you'll feel that that's going to go into the back of the left hip area. And from here, you can let your right shoulder come up by your ear, let your right side body lengthen and your left side body contract. Lift your left arm up if you would like, or you can leave your left fingertips on the ground and start to close the area between your shoulder blades. Push your heart forward with deep, slow breathing. Now from here, you can bring your left hand back down to the mat, lift your left leg, lengthen it, placing it on top of the right leg, and then roll again onto your belly. Lengthening out the top of your feet against the ground. Bring your hands a little bit wider than your shoulders, so more or less the distance of your mat, the width of your mat, and then at the level of your shoulders. Elbows point up, and you can stay on fingertips or you can stay on your palms, so whatever's more comfortable for you. Starting to activate into your feet, into your pubic bone, but trying to keep your glutes nice and soft. Begin to inhale with your chin by your chest. Lift your shoulders toward your ears and start to lift your heart off the mat. Now, you don't have to lengthen your arms all the way. Just come up as much as you want to here, feeling the lengthening in your spine. And then it's as though you want to roll yourself 1 millimeter forward as you come back down, exhaling. So we're going to do that again 2 more times with our breath, pushing into your feet, pubic bone, inhale to roll up. And exhale down. Inhale 1 more time. The last thing that you lift up is your head and look forward, and then exhale to roll yourself back down. Once you get down, lengthen your right arm out to the side with palm facing down. Your left hand remains where it was, and from here, place your right ear to the mat, and you're going to roll gently onto your right side. Now, you want to go really slow here. This goes deeply into the shoulders, so be very careful. Keep your right hand pushing down into the ground. If you feel comfortable here and you want to lift your left foot off your right foot and gently step your left toes behind you, then you will go a little bit deeper into this shoulder stretch. So see what kind of space you have and what your body is telling you. Take a couple more breaths. And then if you stepped your foot behind you, then lift it, place your left leg on top of your right, and come back to the center. From here, lengthening our left arm to the side and placing our left ear to the mat. Right hand stays where it is. Roll onto your left side. Now you can spread your left fingers wide, press your palm into the mat. If you've got space and you want to lift up your right foot and gently step the right foot behind you, then you can do that. Relax your jaw. Soften your face, soften your body. And then gently bring your right leg back on top of your left leg. Roll back to your belly. Bring one hand on top of the other, forehead down, and you can rock your hips from right to left. Take a deep inhale into your nose and exhale out of your mouth. From here, look forward. Bring hands below your shoulders, push your toes into the mat, glue in your elbows toward your body. Inhale, come up onto hands and knees. And then exhale to move your hips back to your heels. From here, inhale to lift your knees up into downward facing dog. And then begin to gently walk feet up toward hands. Let yourself hang forward. Interlace your fingers and bring them behind your head. We're letting the force of gravity kind of pull us down very gently, lengthening our spine. Keep a soft bend in your knees. You can even gently rock from right to left if you would like. And then letting your hands come down to the mat. Inhale to lengthen your spine forward, and exhale to bend your legs and come into a seated position. Lengthening your legs out in front of you, toes pointing up. Here you might find it helpful to kind of shift the flesh of your bum a bit outward so you've got a nice stable seat, and activate your toes, spread them wide. Keep your feet flexed here. Feel the sides of your body lengthening up and try to maintain this length as you inhale, lift your hands up to the sky. Exhale, fold forward, but try to lengthen only as far as you can without rounding your upper back. And if you feel your upper back begins to round, then that's where you want to bring your hands down to the mat. And then inhale, shift your heart closer to your toes, which are still spreading wide, nice and active. And exhale, again, try to shift your heart more forward toward your toes. And if you have space and you want to walk your hands forward, then you can do that. Keep your jaw relaxed, your face soft. And then inhale, come back up. Place your feet to the mat, and we're going to roll down onto our back. And then from here, keeping your left foot placed on the mat, lift your right foot up to the ceiling, and you can start to bend your leg, and the right knee is going to start to come toward the outside of your right ribs. You can bring your hand onto the front of your right shin and use your right hand to begin to pull your leg closer down toward your ribs. And the left hand can stay on your left hip to make sure it's nailed down to your mat and not lifting off. Right foot is flexed. If you have space here and you can reach the outside of your right foot, then you can also do that. And start to activate your right foot pushing up as you pull your right hand down. Get into that right hip. Let your head be heavy on the mat. And now from here, begin to lengthen your left leg out. You can release the hold of your right foot or your right shin and hug your right knee into your chest. Take your left hand to the outside of your right knee and start to pull it over your body and to the left. For a gentle twist, open your right arm to the right and let your gaze fall to the right as well. Allow every exhale to carry away whatever tension is remaining. All of that stuff you don't need. Inhale, gently come back to the center. Again, hug in your right leg using both hands. And then release. And you can bring your right foot to the mat with your leg bent and lift your left foot up to the sky. So going to the other side, we're going to start to bend our left leg. Left hand to the front of our shin. And we're allowing our left hand to guide our left knee toward the outside of our ribs, toward the mat. Our left foot is nice and active, spreading the toes wide. Again, if you have space and you want to bring your left hand to the outside of your left foot, then you can do that. Keep your right hand on your right hip to make sure that it's not lifting off the mat. We tend to we roll in the direction of our bent leg, so make sure we're keeping everything glued down on the right side. And just gently breathe into it. A little bit of pushing up with the foot as we inhale, and then exhale, gently pulling down. And then releasing the left foot, lengthening out the right leg, right heel pushing into the mat, bend your left knee, hug your left leg into your chest, and then the right hand comes to the outside of the left knee and guides it over you toward the right. Gentle twist. Feel your left shoulder opening to the left, making its way toward the mat. It doesn't matter if it actually gets there. And allow your gaze to drop over to the left as well. Now, feel in your right hand that you're not gripping on too strongly, but your right hand is more of a gentle caress onto your left knee. Allow this side to feel different. And then inhale to come back to the center. Again, hug your left knee in, and then hug your right knee in as well. And here, as you're hugging your knees into your chest, if you would like, you can also lift your shoulder blades off the mat, bring your forehead in toward your knees, and just try to close yourself into a small little tiny ball here. Deep breathing. And then rolling yourself back down. Begin to lengthen out your legs, lengthen out your arms, palms facing up, and letting yourself transition into Shavasana. Feel your entire back body almost as though it's merging into the pavement. You've become so heavy, so relaxed, and we've let go of some of that resistance that we had when we began our practice. With your whole back body still pressing heavily down into the mat, inhale, feel the lightness in your chest as it expands with your breath. And then release out of your mouth. Again, inhaling, feeling the expansion of your chest, your lungs, your heart. And exhaling out. From here, you can start to bring gentle movements into your hands, into your feet, little wiggles, flickers of toes and fingers. And then drawing your legs closer together, inhaling with your arms by your ears. Make a big long line from your fingertips to your toes. Inhaling into it and just making some space. And then exhaling. And letting that go. Place your feet onto the mat and gently roll yourself onto your side with your head on your arm. And having a couple more breaths here. And we try to keep this softness and this lightness in us as we start to walk our way back up to a seated position. A comfortable position, you can cross your legs or whatever you want. You can sit on a block, a pillow. Lengthening your spine up, letting your shoulders drop back, away from your ears. And just allow yourself to feel the effects of practice, the lengthening, creating some space in your body, and the effect as well of having slowed things down. And just sit with that. Perhaps you can take note if a lot of the noise that you had in the beginning of your practice has dwindled down, or at least is a lower volume now. And just sit here for as long as you need to really soak up the effects. And then when you feel like you're ready to integrate back into the day or evening, then bring your hands in front of your heart, pressing your palms together, and inhale deeply into your nose. And exhale everything out. Letting your mouth come into a little smile. And thank yourself for having taken the time and space to practice and to take care of yourself. And I thank you as well for having done that. I'll see you next time. Thank you so much.